I will be doing a quick tank review on the Japanese Tier 2 Premium Light Tank, the Type 97 Tiki. The Tiki is a okay tank. It is not bad nor good. It is just average, just like most of the Tier 2 tanks in game. The way how you would have obtained the VT key is that this tank, it was a freebie tank that was handed out to you, just the Tech Truck, the T7 Combat Car, the Light Vic, the PZ2D, and etc. from Wargaming. Most of these freebie low tier tanks, they are average. They are not that good nor bad. One thing I should point out before I get into the rest of the review is that you only have two crew members, a driver and a commander, which are in the center of the tank keel. A well-placed shot that enters the center of the tank keel that hit both the driver and the commander can potentially kill both of the crew and leave the tank alive if you have hit points still. It is a bit of a rare thing to have the entire crew kill in a tank, with the tank being alive still. As the only premium light tank in the Japanese tech tree as of current date and time, the premium light tank kill, you can train any of your Japanese light tank crew. You can transfer any of the Japanese light tank and transfer the commander and the driver into the Tiki, so you can work on both of those crew members in this tank. Let's get into the paper stats of the Tiki now. The Tiki stats, this is a premium vehicle. The paper stats are not going to change except for the modules and the crew perks that you have activated. The maximum hit points, it is 160 hit points. This is not a whole lot of hit points, but then again, most tier 2s and 3s don't have a lot of hit points to begin off with. The 160 hit points, you cannot take a lot of hits before you are killed. Most tier 2 and 3 guns can kill you with these. I found that HE rounds fired from tier 2 and tier 3 vehicles will most of the time do their full amount of damage to the Tiki. Just be careful with the amount of hit points you have because you can be killed quickly. The load limit, it is 5.8 tons for the load limit. My current setup, it is 4.91 tons. The horsepower, it is not that great, but it will allow you to get from location A to B in time. The only engine on the tank will give you a 65 horsepower engine with a 15% of the engine being set on fire though. The top speed, it is 42 kilometers. You are going to have problems reaching the top speed. This tank have a somewhat mediocre horsepower to ton ratio. The tank itself, it have problems going over rough terrain, climbing hills, and crushing terrain and objects as well. The horsepower to ton ratio, it is mediocre at best. The horsepower to ton ratio for me, it is around 13 horsepower to 1 ton, which is okay. You can get from location A to B still. The whole traverse speed, it is good at 44 degrees. The turret armor and hull armor, it is just horrible. Even the T7 combat car, which fires 50 caliber ammo at you, will penetrate you with ease. So every single gun will penetrate you with ease. The armor for the front, for the hull and turret, it is 12 in the front side, is 10 to the for the hull and the turret for the side. The hull, it is 8 in the rear, 10 for the turret in the rear. The shell damage, it is mediocre. The pen, it is mediocre. But at the tier 2 and 3 area, you are going to be able to pin most of your shots if you know where you are firing at. The only tanks that you will have a problem penetrating would be the heavily armored vehicles at tier 2 and tier 3 area. The tank gun depression is very good, 18 degrees downwards, which would be like the American medium gun depression, if I remember. The gun elevation upward is 20. The rate of fire is very good, 20 rounds per a minute. You can increase the rate of fire even more with perks and modules. The loading time is very fast for the 37mm gun. My current loading time, it is 3.27 seconds for the loading time. The turret traverse speed, it is somewhat slow at 36 degrees. The view range for the tank, it is 300 meters. You can increase this even more with fence binocs or coated optics. The top radio range, it is 400 meters. The Tiki, this is a premium vehicle. There is no research to do here. All of the equipment on the Tiki, you will find it on all of the Japanese tank pretty much, except for the turret and the tracks, which are only used on the Tiki. I think the engine tool is only used on this vehicle only, but I could be wrong. Let's get to the garage now to cover the pros and the cons for the tank. Let's cover the pros and the cons for the Tiki. The Tiki, as a tier 2 light tank, you are going to have the same matchmaking as all the tier 2 does. You are going to get yourself into tier 2 to tier 3 matchmaking. The way how you would play this tank, you are going to be using this tank as mainly as a support tank, or as a real support sniping tank as well. What does this tank have going for it? You have a good gun, which is accurate enough, and have mediocre damage, which is good. The gun accuracy, pen, and damage, you can effectively kill semi armored vehicles at a long distance if the shell hit them. The tank, it is pretty small, so it should have a decent to good camo rating. The turret, it is a bit of a hard to hit target if it's in a hold down position. The tank gun, as I mentioned already, have very good gun depression. Negative 18 degrees downward, while 20 degrees upward. That is like American gun depression, if I remember correctly. Where does the Tiki suffers? You have no armor whatsoever, as I mentioned. Every single gun will penetrate you with ease, even 50 caliber ammo that is being used. The crew, you only have the commander and the driver, so a well-placed shot fired at the center of the tank here can potentially kill both the commander and the driver, leaving the tank alive still, if it's lucky enough. Most of the time, you are going to be killed by enemy guns before the crew it is killed. The tank have a somewhat slow aiming time at 2.2 seconds. With the 65 horsepower engine and the mediocre horsepower to ton ratio, you are going to have a problem with the acceleration and braking terrain as you advance. Let's cover the ammo, consumables, and the module setup for the Tiki if you are using the tank. The consumables that you are going to be using on the Tiki at tier 2 area, you can use consumables if you want to. For me, I always use consumables on all of my tanks. The consumables that you are going to be using if you want to. I would use a first aid kit to get a injured crew members back into action, the repair kit to get my modules back into action, the last module slot. You can use a manual fire extinguisher if you want to, but you will just be wasting more money. You can use the manual fire extinguisher if you want to, but it is not needed at tier 2 area. The ammo layout for the Tiki, I went with about 50-50 between HE and the regular AP rounds. The regular AP round, you have enough pen if you are shooting the side and the rear of any heavily armored vehicle. If you do shoot heavily armored tanks from the front, you're going to have a problem pinning the front if you do not know where you are shooting at. The premium ammo here, it does the same amount of damage, but the only difference between these two ammo types is that you have more pen from 30 to 51, which it increases up to 45 to 74 millimeter for the premium AP round. It is up to you if you want to use the premium AP round. It is useful at times using the premium AP round, but it is up to you if you want to use them or not. The premium ammo will cost you 800 credits or 2 gold, so the ammo is cheap if you want to use it, which is a good thing. The HG round, most tanks at the tier 2 to tier 3 area have thin armor still, so you should be able to do around 75 damage on average in theory. With the mix of AP and HE ammo, you should in theory be able to pen every single tank in the game if you know what you are shooting at. The module setup, how you would equip the tank if you do want to use modules. The enhanced gun lane drive, it is not a bad idea to decrease the somewhat slow aiming time from 2.2 seconds to 2.1 if you have the enhanced gun lane drive. The coated optics, you can equip this if you want to. I prefer the binocular telescopes because it gives you more range. The camo net, this is a good thing to have. It increases the tank camo rating even more when when the tank it is stationary, and it also makes the tanks a little bit more hard to detect at a distance as well. The improved ventilation class 1 is also a good idea to have if you want to increase the tank crew skill by 5% and give the tank a little bit of a boost. I have some replays to show you how to use the T key effectively. Let's get to them now. This replay, I am using my T key as a support tank and also as a passive scout as well.
Let's get this show on the road.
I am right now informing my team where I am going. The only thing that I need to worry about in this match are the T18, the LTP, and that's it. The rest of the vehicle in the match I can pen with ease. The T60, I may have a problem penning his front armor if he doesn't angle it towards me. The team divided up. Some people just to scout the middle, while the people went the 2 and the 9, which is nerf. I stopped on the ridge line to activate my binocular telescopes. They'll build the cruiser. The cruiser fell back. I checked over the ridgeline there to see if he went downhill. Again, I am doing a passive sparring ball. I found the cruiser sweep. Missed my shot. Got a shot on the cruiser. BLTP, I thought I had a chance to pen at it and thought no, I cannot. The allied team have that taken care of. Seeing the rest of the allied team is pushing, I went to help their advancement towards the enemy base. I would assume my team in the 1-2 line is holding the line and pushing it at the same time by the look at the map. I am using the ridge line and buildings here to cover myself in case if there are any oncoming rounds from the island at the 9-0 area. Here I try to shoot at what vehicles I can. I see the T-18 there. I got a lucky shot on the side or front of the T-18 there. This M2 light, I aim, and I got a lucky shot without even fully aiming the gun. Right now, from the looks of the map, the enemy team is grouping up so they can focus their fire to eliminate our oncoming tanks. That is not going to help with their situation now. Seeing the situation and the location and the direction of the T-18, I try to get to the top of the ridge line here and shoot at the T-18. Here is a good example of why the Tiki have a low acceleration rate when it comes to climbing hills. This match I went through it taking almost no hits except from the T-82. That shot should have had one shot at me. I am letting the rest of my team handle the enemy tanks. If I had the chance, I will shoot at what enemy tanks I can. I got a lucky shot on the AT-1. This replay I did okay in. I did about 275 damage. Let's get to the next replay now. This match, I am playing the Tiki as a supporting and also as a sniper as well. This match is going to be a long one. I will speed up the time in the match when there is a lull in the combat, or when something is taking a very long time to get to the next part of the match. I got to this position here so I can spot for my team and also shoot at any tanks that do come at me. T1 here, I move forward, aim at the T1, fall back, move to the left here for cover and to reactivate the bush camera waiting. I am okay still. I haven't fired through the bush yet. The medium I tried to fire that, but it wasn't cover. The map whatever this map name is, I like it. At the same time, I don't like it. RNG, I love you at times. The first shot should have had penetrated the PD-1. I fell back, moved to another location, just in case if I was spotted. This PD-2 I tried firing at, but had no luck. Was a little bit short on the first shot. The second one, it didn't penetrate. Tried. This M2 light, I tried shooting at it. That was a lucky ricochet in the front for me. The one ricochet was in the front of the engine deck, or where the transmission is. I am spotting again for my team. I am just looking around, seeing what happened. Now just speeding up, this is where things begin to get slightly a little bit boring. The Allied team in the north, they are trying to do a push to the enemy base. It would have been a good time for me to go up there to help them, but you will see why I sat back later on. The Allied team move forward. They sit back there, spotting the enemy team, shooting at them most likely. Already moving up to support them. From this point forward, the people in the north there get killed. Now this is just a sit back, defend, and try to get as much damage as possible before game end for me now. The RD is back now. We are dividing ourselves up, trying to get what damage we can before the match is over, knowing we are going to lose. I heard a round, thinking it hit something. It was nothing. Both teams are enjoying the stand-up for a while. This is real. If you can make use of the gun effectively, you can inflict a lot of damage. I fall back a bit to a better location, seeing the T-18 is coming towards me. Missed the first shot. I only tracked the T-18. That T-18, I think he's using the 2-pounder gun. I turned to look at the MS-1. The MS-1 is using the ridge to hide itself. I tried using the building here to create a space and use it as cover as well. I had problem penetrating inside. This is where using premium ammo would have been nice. Me and the T-18, we are playing a nice duel match between each other. Seeing the T-18 coming towards me, I am falling back to try to get the slight advantage over him. I didn't penetrate his side. I am risking by showing my side and the out to the enemy tank. Can I run be dead real soon? I got a lucky ricochet on his side. The MS-1 over there killed me. This was a loss for us. I did not too bad in this match for being a support tank. I did about 300 and 375 damage in this match. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the tank itself. Let's do a brief recap on the Tiki. The Tiki, it is a average tier 2 light tank that is not that bad nor good. As a premium tank, you can train any of your Japanese light tank commander or drivers within the Japanese light tank line. As a premium tank at tier 2, you are going to be making a little bit more credits at this tier level. The good thing about the Tiki, you if you do not like this freebie tank that was handed out to you, if you do sell it, you will get 150,000 free credits if you do sell it, with say extra garage slots to do whatever you want to do with it. If you are good with the vehicle, keep it. This tank overall, I actually like it, so I am planning to keep it. It is up to you if you want to sell it or keep it. I hope that you learn a thing or two about how to use the Tiki effectively. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.